Hey there, Cancer. I almost forgot who I was reading for. Welcome to your reading for mid-April 2023. We're just going to jump right in here. You have this comfort card. It says your income is steady and living comfortably. It says keep raising the bar to get out of your comfort zone. I kind of feel good about this. Some of you definitely could be increasing your finances. I do feel like you're going to have to keep obviously raising the bar, as that card says, to kind of keep your finances increasing, if that makes sense. Obviously it should. That's usually how it works. But I feel pretty good about this. You know what's weird is I feel like some of you are kind of maybe discovering some easier ways to make money. And not like, I'm not suggesting you're leaving your job, for example. What I am suggesting is that you could be discovering that maybe there's like a, new position available at your work that is like less work, but is actually going to pay you more money or something. I don't know. That's what's popping into my head. Some of you, like what I'm getting here is that it could be a job somewhere else that is your same job, like the job that you do now, but maybe it's somewhere else, like at a different company or in a different location. And I think that this reading is basically saying to me that it could be providing you with like more money. Obviously, that's the whole point. And I feel like it's going to be very good for you. You have the Lovers here, and the Lovers obviously could represent love coming into your life. But it can also be about having a decision to make. And I do feel like you have an important decision to make here. And it's kind of funny that you have a bunch of love cards here, but just intuitively, I kind of feel this has to do with your like financial comfort, just like that card says up there. So there is love here. We'll talk about it. But, for the most part, I feel if you have a job and if you've been thinking about making a change with the Death card here, I think now would be the time for you to make a change, because it just looks to me like this change could be something that is maybe like easier but more money. It could also be the same but more money. And so again, obviously, if something is the same but more money, it kind of makes it easier, actually, because you're getting paid more money to do whatever you want to do. I do feel for some of you, you have the Hangman in the next row. And it's kind of like saying to me that you need to become enlightened about this. So meaning maybe you have to go and look for this. It's not going to just magically appear in your life. But I would say like now is the time to look for these opportunities. It looks to me like there's a really good opportunity. You have the Knight of Cups as well. Could be a Knight in Shining Armor. Obviously, we have a good amount of love here if you want it. This right here, could be a soulmate coming in for you. 2 of Cups, soulmate. 10 of Cups, you're happily ever after. Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor. So, do I need to say more, Cancer? It could be probably a water sign that is coming in for you. I feel like you desire this person or will desire this person deeply. We'll see what comes up. With the Lovers, you have the Ace of Swords. Makes perfect sense. Ace of Swords normally has a palm frond on one side and an olive branch on the other. The palm fronds in the tarot represent a sacrifice, and the palm frond or in the olive branch represents an offer of peace, but it can also represent abundance. So again, this card can, the Ace of Swords cuts both ways. It can represent cutting something out so that you can get something better. And I definitely feel that for you here. And this is like a big yes to me, as far as I'm concerned. If you've been thinking about doing this, like getting another job or looking for something else, this is like a big, big yes. With the Death card, you have the 8 of Cups. Yes, walking away from something. I mean, everything that we've said so far. I knew that this first row was going to be very, very simple, more or less. It just kind of has that type of feeling to me. So you are making a transformation, walking away from one thing and probably walking towards total fulfillment. This is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it, and we have an eclipse coming up, and so basically, I feel that around the eclipse, the 20th, after the 20th, basically, or really any time between now and October, this change could take place. With the Knight of Cups, you have the 3 of Pentacles. See, for some of you, if you're getting a new position, it could be because I'm getting the words like recognizing your quality. So there could be like a boss or maybe a competitor to the place you work at now who is recognizing the work that you do and trying to hire you. So, that could be a possibility. I also feel if you're attracting love, that you could be attracting a person who is very much into teamwork. Like I feel like they're very focused on like doing the hard work in relationships and making sure to put the work in the first place. But again, I just feel like this has to do with money, this first row, and you kind of increasing your finances. Again, if you own your own business, it's almost as if you could be discovering a way to, I don't want to say like make it easier. I feel like I said this to you in your last reading. I could be wrong, but it's almost like you're just making it more efficient, maybe. Next, you have this card that says doing it the hard way. It says doing things the hard way instead of trying to find the easier way. Everything I just said, find ways that you can pursue success in a way that won't strain or drain your energy. Clearly, this is very important for you. Things that come easier to you will be the things you will find the most success in. Are you kidding? Basically everything I just said. So I really feel that kind of focusing on this is what you should be doing. It makes a lot of sense to me, Cancer, because your opposite sign is Capricorn, and having Pluto having left Capricorn, even though it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn, especially Pluto and Capricorn, it kind of, we will see basically the breakdown of structure, but it breaks things down that are not efficient, Pluto and Capricorn. So usually when a planet leaves, that's when we get its like medicine. That's when we get everything that we had to learn. So it makes sense to me that you're becoming more efficient. You have the Hangman, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. For some of you, could be a Pisces coming in for you. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. I feel like some of you could just be waking up to a person, and it's like a dream come true. So it could be any sign, but I feel like there's about to be forward progress, especially if there's been no progress between you and a person, or if you're interested in a person, then I feel like there's progress coming in. I also feel for others, there's just like you're getting out of Hangman mode. I feel like you're moving forward. You have the Six of Cups here as well. And the Six of Cups is a card of a soulmate. So I feel like there could be a soulmate coming in for you here. I do not think it's a person from the past. And again, Mercury retrograde, I would be super careful of returning to the past. I always think it's a really bad idea, of course, during Mercury retrograde. But I do feel it could be a person coming in from the past. But again, if there is a person coming in from the past, I would be careful. I really feel it's a new person, though, just in general, that's coming in for you. A very healing connection is what I would say. You also have the Ten of Cups, obviously. Could be happy home, happy family. You could be meeting a person that you will have a family with in the future. Even if you don't want to have a family, it just could be a deep connection. The other thing that I would say is there's a lot going on here with your dreams. This card plus a star card, even the Queen of Cups can represent, which we see the next three cards here, can represent your heart, like something that your heart wants to do. The Knight of Cups, I always say, he's normally looking into that cup and he's kind of imagining some sort of goal, wish, or dream, something that he wants to manifest. So a lot of you could be like working towards a goal, wish, or dream that's going to make you very successful. With the Hangman, you have the Nine of Wands here. Nine of Wands says, like, don't give up. Someone's opening up here. I feel somebody's opening up. If you want love, I feel either you're opening up to a person or a person's opening up to you here. Cancer definitely could be a person you work with for sure. Feels, I don't know, it feels like work or business to me. So for a lot of you, you could just know this person through work. I'm also getting that you could know this person through like a work friend. If you don't know this person yet and you get invited out to things with work people, I would go. That's probably where you're going to meet this person. If you want love, obviously. With the Six of Cups, you have the Page of Wands. Definitely someone new. I feel like you feel very enthusiastic about this connection. For some of you, I'm wondering if you haven't been feeling enthusiastic about love, and then this person comes in, and I feel like they make you very excited. Much more. There's like reasons to be happy about this, where maybe in the past there have not been reasons to be excited about love. I also feel you're just feeling more free. Like something is becoming easier. Like I said, maybe you're just simplifying your process in work or business. Maybe you're coming up with like that, doing it the hard way card. Maybe you're just coming up with more efficient ways to work on things in work or business. And because of that, I feel like you're feeling more free. So this could be like more free time for you to do the things you want to do. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Tower. Could be a Scorpio coming in for some of you as well. This Tower, again, this is such a positive reading. I wouldn't even worry about it. You also have the Star coming up as well. So in the tarot, in the major arcana, we go from the Tower to the Star. And so this says to me that you could be healing from a Tower moment. I feel like you have had Tower moments in relationships. And, that could be something that's kind of like holding you back. But at the same time, I feel like you're opening up here. Next, you have this Leo season card. It says, change will be forced upon you. Ambitious, decisive, stubborn. Trust in your leadership style. Yeah, I feel like you have to trust that you're going in the right direction, especially for those of you that are like working on a dream. If you're working on a project, a business, or whatever it is, this right here, going to the Two of Cups can be you and your higher self. So it can represent receiving advice or communication from the other side, basically from your higher self, your guides, your mentors, whatever. And it says that you need to pay attention to that advice. But these two people are meant to look very, very different. So, it can say that the advice that you're getting from your dreams, your daydreams, your inspirations, the things you feel excited to do, it might not make sense to you at the time until you do it. So, again, as Steve Jobs said, you can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking back. And I kind of get that feeling here where it's like you could be feeling guided to do things that don't really make sense. It's like you might want to start a business, but you might be feeling guided to watch a movie. I always use this as an example because one time I watched a documentary that gave me instead of working on my business, I watched this documentary and it gave me a ton of ideas for my business, right? It wasn't even about business, but it's just like what it triggered in my mind, And so I feel that this month, for the rest of the month, even if you're watching this, by the way, early, I'm going to be putting this video out tomorrow on the 8th. So if you're watching this tomorrow or, before the 15th, doesn't matter. I would say for the rest of the month, I would be really focusing on your inspirations, the things you feel excited about doing, and it might not make sense. You show up here, showing up as yourself puts you in a very strong position, puts you in a position of power and strength. So I kind of feel like you're just showing up in a strong position there. You have the Nine of Swords. I feel like you have to let the old story go. What I'm getting here on the Nine of Swords is, maybe you're trying to build a business and you're saying, well, last time, this failed, this happened, that happened. And I feel like you have to change your story. Same thing in love as well. It's like, I always tell people in my comments, right? And again, I'm not picking on anyone here. I'm just saying that, people always say to me, I don't want love because all these people cheat on me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, first off, you're allowing past people to control your life. So congratulations, a past person is living your life for you. Number two, it's like you keep telling that story and people always say, no, I don't. And I always say, please see the paragraph that you just left me because you keep telling yourself the same story. So we have to change our story. We have to stop reliving it. And I know it's hard. When someone hurts you, you just want to think about it all the time. I know. I've been there, right? Recently as well. So I know what it feels like. And, what I would say is that you just have to say to yourself, no, that is my old story. That happened. I learned these lessons and now I'm changing the story. And so we can't keep reliving it. Again, that's why I don't really talk about exes on this channel. I have nothing against channels that do this, by the way. But again, to me, it's like those channels just tell the same old story about the same old bozo showing up and, begging for forgiveness or whatever. I'm like, maybe it'll happen. Sure, but so what? It's like, that is the old story. And if someone does come back and you do truly want them back, it's like they can't come back as the same person anyway, and neither can you. So it's like we have to change our story. And I feel like that Nine of Swords is basically saying that. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you need to see that there are other ways of doing things as well. I tell this to everybody right now, but, definitely it's showing up for you. I would say, if your first thought is, oh, I need this amount of money to start this business, or I want to move, I need money first, I would not be putting money first. And that does not mean that you don't need money. But what it does mean is I would just get started. I think that we're kind of in a time right now where if you want to move, for example, just start putting the wheels in motion because then I think the universe will provide, right? But if we just think oh, I need money first, I feel like we're going to have a harder time for whatever reason. So I'm by no means am I saying that money isn't important, but I would just get started. Same thing with a business. It's like, what is the smallest way you can get started? And I always say the smallest way to get started, I think, is YouTube, because that's what I do. It's like, you might want to start a business. Maybe you do need money, but it's like, why can't you just start documenting your education about the business on YouTube? Start sharing information about the business you want to start or the type of business, right? You don't have to give away any secrets or anything like that, but you're learning, so why not, do that? It's like, I would get started. Then you're proving to the universe that you want to do it, and then the universe will move out of the way. With the Two of Cups, you have the Moon and the Two of Pentacles. See, for whatever reason, I have weird words popping into my head, like no sacrifices or no settling or something like that is popping into my head here. I feel like you could be having options in love as well, but I feel like the universe is saying, don't just settle. it for something that you don't want. I don't know. Someone needs to hear that. I do feel like it could be a Pisces for a lot of you. I don't know. I feel like Pisces has been all up in everyone's business, really. But, and I'm a Pisces, so I can say that. But, whatever. Take it how it resonates. I also think that you need to have more fun. Two of Pentacles, like work hard, play hard. So I feel a lot of you need to have more enjoyment in your life, regardless of what you want. This is very good. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Ten of Pentacles. I love when I get the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles right next to each other. That's definitely fortune after difficulty, like major benefits coming in for you. So love it. Looks really good. If you're attracting love, again, Ten of Pentacles to me is the best love card in the deck. It's like having a person where you can, have it all. I don't think we ever truly have it all, just so you know, but it's pretty damn close. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Time is Up card. It says, no second chances, no revisiting. There's something better. Yes, I didn't even see this. The whole entire reading is saying that there is something better that is coming in for you now. So that's all I would be focusing on here, Cancer. You have the King of Wands, the Moon, and the Star card. I do feel you could be attracting a person like this, someone who's very bold, assertive. I would say King of Wands, like a builder energy, could literally be a person who builds things or puts things together, but, he's usually very entrepreneurial, very successful, and I also always say that just because I said entrepreneurial does not mean this person has a business. What I mean by entrepreneurial is the King of Cups, he treats things like they are children in a good way. He really, really nurtures things into existence. And I think that's probably what will stand out to you about a person you could be attracting is they have a very nurturing energy and they probably really take care of things that they care about. Whatever that happens to be. Could be their health, their business, their love life, could be everything. But I think that's a thing that will stand out to you. You have the Moon card. There's something you don't see coming in. Again, I'm not trying to be mysterious here, but literally this says no revisiting. There's something better waiting for you. But you have to go through the darkness. Part of the Moon is that the Fool has to get to these mountains because the mountains represent an achievement. And so, but what do most people do? Most people turn around and go back to the water, which is their emotions. So I kind of feel like this is saying like push through the alone time if you're feeling alone, or, push through this period of time because what's coming in for you is something really great. You have the Star. The Star comes up for everyone. I mean, we have Pluto and Aquarius, so it makes perfect sense that pretty much everyone gets this card. I do feel a lot of you could be healing from a loss with that Tower card from the past. Maybe you lost a person that you thought you would have a marriage with or whatever, and you didn't. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you're kind of healing from that situation. I also would say, I feel like there's some sort of wish coming in for you here as well, Cancer. Let's see. With the King of Wands, you have the Lovers. Are you kidding? Definitely love coming in for you here with the King of Wands. With the Moon, you have the Star. There you go. Keep working. The Star kind of says, the Star is about having a North Star as well. It's like having something to work for or having something to work towards, a goal, a wish, a dream. And, the whole point of this is that even in darkness, when you have something to use as your guiding light, the star, then it doesn't matter what's going on around you. You will always be able to work towards this. So the Star can sometimes represent like discovering or coming up with a purpose. It's a little bit different than the Judgment card, for example. Which, is the card of your purpose. But the Star is kind of like, again, having that North Star, having something that you work towards continuously, that you want to work towards as well. So it is kind of popping into my head. I think this is true for everyone. As I say, Pluto and Aquarius, and I've said this before to everyone, that I would be coming up with some sort of North Star, something that guides you, something that excites you, could be a goal, wish, dream, desire. And, I would just think about it. And it's usually something bigger than you, something that feels just like a little bit impossible as well. I would encourage you to, try to build something that you don't think is possible, just a little bit, right? And push yourself a little bit. With the Star, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords says there's like another way to live. Two of Swords, normally the lady is sitting there and she has a new island behind her. I always say that she needs to go to that new island because that's where everything she wants is. It's like, on the other side of something she's never done before. So definitely I would say leaving a comfort zone would be a good idea. We're going to pull 5 main themes. You have the Spiritual Development, Enlightenment, Awareness, and Understanding card. You have the Hangman. You also have the Star twice, so a lot of enlightening energy. You have this Mountain Road card. It says you're on the road to success. Yes, definitely looks very, very good as far as success is concerned. You have the Well. It says family wishes come true, 10 of Cups. Ten of Cups is like living the dream, happily ever after, or, accomplishing some sort of dream that you've had for a long time. You have this Ring card. It says a marriage will take place either in romantic or in business. Yeah, whatever you want, really. I feel, for a lot of you, there's clearly some sort of new commitment in work, which we talked about in the beginning of the reading. But also, this is an amazing love reading if you want love. And you could definitely be meeting a person that you'll have a family with, or that you can really, I don't know, I feel like you feel just, there's something different about this person, I would say, with that King of Wands. It's like in 2022, I think I did the love readings and everyone had the Two of Cups. And I was saying, you have the Two of Cups here, and Two of Cups is meant to represent two people who are very different. I feel like this person is very different, and I think that's what you will notice. You have this Tankard card. It says celebration, fun, enjoyment. Yes, you need to have more fun. I think if you're looking for love, that's how you'll find love, as well as through fun, enjoying yourself, all those other things. But this looks pretty good here, Cancer. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.